Hello, Steve White, TrekBoy89 for SteveArts89. Well, Star Trek Day happened. I've already done a couple of videos on it and everyone's talking about it. There is some question as to whether it was successful or not. Some people are, like Doomcock, are branding it a epic fail. Now, when I looked at it the other day, because I wasn't really sure what they were going to do for it, and I was kind of surprised when they started uploading the videos, because I was just going to go to bed. It was 7 a.m., 6 or 7 a.m. in the morning here in Australia, and I'd been up all night. I was going to go to bed, and then they started dropping videos. I'm like, oh, I think I'll watch, and then the next one, I was watching them, and I did some videos. But it was really weird. They did 4 panels for Deep Space Nine, Discovery, Voyager, Lower Decks, and Enterprise, but the Strange New Worlds panel, the original series panel, and the Picard panel, they didn't release them. They released clips from each that were between 1.5 to 5 minutes each, a couple, so not the whole. It's not like they did the whole thing in clips or anything, just random clips. And the actual full panels, which came up later, I found them today, are GeoBlocked, and they've got a video of the whole event, and the whole thing is GeoBlocked. So, and people have uploaded them and they've GeoBlocked them. So even though people have tried to upload them for people like me to watch, they keep GeoBlocking them. So why they would do that, I don't know. I don't see the point of Star Trek Day. It's supposed to be an international thing. It's supposed to be the whole Star Trek family. It's supposed to be for everyone, all the Star Trek fans. Why they would exclude places like Australia and GeoBlock and block the videos so I can't watch them and we can't watch them. So on that level, it is a fail. I mean, I initially was kind of impressed in that when they did the Comic Con in San Diego Comic Con and that, they didn't really talk about anything. They didn't really say anything. They didn't reveal anything. It seemed quite rehearsed, and this one was just as kind of rehearsed in a way, but they did drop some information. We got the trailer for season 3. We just got a bit of insight into what they've been working on with some of the shows, and I don't know, the hosting was better. Mika, I want to call her Mika LaForge, Mika Burton, she was quite nice when she was interviewing the cast, and LeVar popped up in the was it Enterprise? It was the Enterprise one, because and the panels themselves were good. The Deep Space Nine one, obviously these people see each other all the time. They do cons together all the time. They're like a family. They travel together and all this. So because of the coronavirus, they haven't been doing that like normal. They've been in their homes. They haven't been working, and they haven't been doing the convention circuit and that. So they probably miss each other. And it was like family reunions in a way, with them talking. And Deep Space Nine, they talked about losing Renee and Aaron, who I wish I had met. He came to Australia and I almost went, but I didn't go. I guess I figured he'd be around. He was one of the younger actors from the series, so I wasn't thinking in terms of him. So I regret not meeting him, because he also was in Amityville, The Evil Escapes, and I love the Amityville films. I love horror. And Jane Wyatt, who was Spock's mother in the original series and the movies, was also in that. I wanted to meet him and talk about that, and I should have gone, and I regret it, and I didn't. I also missed Harry Kim when he was here, because it was a smaller company running the convention. I wasn't sure if they were legit, and I didn't go, so I'm going to regret that. So it was nice they talked about them. Discovery, I already talked about that. Voyager, again, it was very much a family thing, them all talking about being back together, how how they talk to it, how they sort of are connected and how they still talk to each other, and then talking about how, but it's just basic stuff about the show that we've heard before. They're all stories we've heard before. We sort of know how a lot of it went, but it's just nice to see them together. They are like a family. It wasn't like the new panels where they've only just worked together, and it was very much the producer and the creators trying to sell the show. It was really just these people just talking about it. And Deep Space Nine, Nana and that were saying how basically people are discovering the show 25 years later and that, and how they've got new audiences and all that. So there were some interesting discussions there. I think that's covered all of them. The Enterprise panel was nice too as well. They really talked about how Scott really made the cast feel like a family, and they also talked about how John Billingsley, he had mentioned how important he thinks the show's acceptance and things are, and that he always tries to do that with people. And when I met him, he was really, really nice and really kind, and I had a little moment with him. It was quite nice, and I'm like, I know they're telling the truth. They're not just blowing smoke. He really is that nice in person, and he does do that with fans. So I did like the panels. But so far as the views, I did post about this because I thought this was kind of shocking. Now, when I was looking at it on the day, none of them were rating very well at all. The views for the panels were fairly low. They were in the 1,000 or 2,000s maybe. And the actual little videos where they just got a minute or so, like when they talked about Grunge the Cat or honouring Renee, and Picard talking about directing, and George Takei talking about being just the internment camps and stuff like that. Those videos all just had views in the hundreds, and I'm like, I have videos in the hundreds. I'm nobody. How do they only have views in the hundreds? Now, some of them have gained in the last few days. They're in the thousands now, and I still have some videos with more views than that, but not many. But I just can't believe they're not bigger, but they have grown. But some still haven't. Like, I was writing them down, like Grunge the Cat got 5.2k, Disney cast honouring Renee was 7.3k, Strange New Worlds cast was 4.4k, Picard 2.8k, George 1.3k for that video, but his other videos are really low. Picard another 3.4 and 3.6k. Janeway just talking about being the first female captain was 1k. George is talking about activism and his internment camp experience only got 468 views. And George talking about LGBTQ and all of that, because he was in the closet while being an activist for other things. That only got, I think, 686 views, or I can't even read my own writing. That's so bad. I do this all the time. Lower Decks, talking about their guests, they only got 991 views. And Lower Decks, one of the cast members only got 1.1k. Tawny, I can't remember her name, the other actress, voice actress, she only got 686 views. And again, I still can't read my... Oh, Grunge the Cat, I already mentioned, he got 5.4k views, so that was one of the higher ones. So I was kind of shocked by that. Like, Deep Space Nine got 27k. Discovery, these are all the full panels, which were between 18 and 25 minutes long. Discovery got 38k. Voyager got 24k, and that was the first one that actually got a lot of views. That was the highest one initially. Lower Decks only got 7.6 thousand, and Enterprise 17,000. So I was kind of surprised at how low some of them did, because when you look at Doomcock's video about how it was an epic show, an epic fail because of the views, got 50k. So he got more than all of them. And his video about what Star Trek means to me got 42k, which was more than, I think, any of them. Yeah, none of them got that. None of those videos have that much so far. Even Mecca, I noticed her video, which just popped up. She got 6.3k, which is more than some of the videos. Some of them did better though, of course. There was another one which got 60k. And I can't read my own writing again to read the title of it. But this is a fan video. So there are YouTubers who are getting more views than the official videos from CBS with all the promotion of that. Now, some of them did do very well. The whole panels did well. And why they wouldn't release the full panels of Strange New Worlds and Picard and Picard and the original series. At first I thought maybe it's an international rights thing where they're talking about the shows that aren't distributed internationally. But the original series, no issue there. Picard could be an issue, but we got it on Netflix, so that shouldn't be a huge issue. Strange New Worlds, they don't have distribution for that. Obviously, it isn't even made yet. So I don't understand why they're geo-blocked. So I'm surprised they didn't get as many views as I thought. So on that level, it's kind of a fail, but the overall large panels did get decent views, like good views. So it's not a total fail. They did get the Star Trek trending a couple of times during the day. So I don't think they failed outright, but I am shocked by how low some of the views on the videos are. Like I said, I have videos on Star Trek that have more views and I'm nobody. So that was sort of shocking that some of them are still really low, and they really were low on the day. They picked up later. It's a day or so later, but yeah. So I find it interesting that this whole debate about was it successful or not, was it a fail, is even being discussed and can, because Star Trek has always been, you know, popular and successful, but I don't know if they're just not doing well with YouTube and that, or if they're not doing well in general. But George's videos were the most political, and they got the least views, I think, out of all of them. So I think it kind of shows that Star Trek really doesn't want to talk about, Star Trek fans don't want to talk about current day political issues. They don't mind them being in the stories as allegory and as examples, or, you know, lessons which are done through a humanist view, where you get to see both sides of the story and get to make up your own mind. Those sort of elements have always been in Star Trek and they work, but when all you're doing is preaching about stuff, and some of these panels and some of the descriptions of Star Trek that it was all about activism. It wasn't about science fiction, it wasn't about storytelling, it wasn't about imagination, it was just about diversity and platforms, and it was really only the casts who were talking about their experience, the older casts, that were really enjoyable. The new casts and talking about the new shows, it was very much political agenda, not storytelling, not imagination, not what we're going to do for you, what you're going to get out of this, what you're going to enjoy about this. It was like what we're going to say, what our goal is. It was a bit skewed. So much like the Star Trek Universe panel was a lot like that. But this, you sort of got both. The older cast talking about their shows were a lot more enjoyable. But yes, I'm not sure if they were really successful or not really with Star Trek Day. It was nice that it happened. Some of the panels were really good. I would have liked to have seen all of them. I'm still pissed that I don't have access to them. I'm a fan, I should. Hopefully they'll eventually sort that out. I don't know if it's a mistake or if they just forgot to release all the local ones, or for some reason some of the panels were geo-locked and others weren't. It doesn't really make any sense. But I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you thought of the day, what you thought of the panels. Yeah, I'm just going to go. Thanks, bye.